Okay, let's get right into it. Saturday night, it's a pretty packed, busy night at the poker room, so we get right into a seat and we get into a hand pretty quickly. We are seven-handed here. I think people are leaving their seat and they're coming in. There's a lot of shuffling. Anyways, I look down at ace-jack offsuit in the under the gun position and I open it up to $15. Middle position calls. The big blind calls to close the action, and now we are going three ways to the flop. The flop comes down, jack, 10, 8, all rainbow. Big blind checks it to me. I mean, all in all, pretty good flop. We have top, kind of a dynamic connected board, but gonna see bet here, gonna see bet for $15, and only the middle position calls. It is heads up now to the turn, the king of hearts. I guess queen 9 gets there, but queen 9 already got there on the flop. I guess ace queen gets there, but I think ace queen we would have heard it before the flop, so I'm gonna continue betting here. I bet for $40 and he folds. So very simple, easy hand to start off the session with. Hopefully the session is easy as this. Back to a full table now. In this hand, it folds to me in the low jack, and I look down at 9-8 of hearts. I decide to open up to $15. Hijack calls. The cutoff 3 bets now to $50, and the small blind cold calls. Now I felt like I was getting a price to call, so I decided to call. The hijack calls as well. It is 4 ways to the flop of 3 deuce 10 2 hearts, so not bad. Flopping a flush draw. Action checks to the cutoff. He c bets for $150. That's a big bet, but I don't see anything other than calling here. I think folding is a little bit too minus EV, and I call, and only I call. So we go heads up to a turn of 5 of spades. I check it over to him, and he bets out for $200. This is kind of a small bet in comparison to kind of the pot and how much he bet on the flop. I think if he bet maybe like $300 to $400, I would have folded here, but to $200, it did cross my mind that maybe my flush draw isn't good here. But in the moment, I decide to call, and we head to the river, and we do bink the 4 of hearts, so our flush gets there. Check it over to him, and then he checks back, and he shows ace 10, which is kind of surprising. I thought he would have bet on the river with the straight, but I mean, I guess he played it well. He loses the minimum to my flush. This hand under the gun opens to $15, and I look down at pocket jacks in the button. I 3-bet it up to $55. Only the under the gun calls, so it is heads up to a flop of queen 5-5 to 2 diamonds. Checks to me. I c bet for $50. He calls. Turn comes the king of diamonds, which is kind of the worst card. The front door flush gets there, and there's another overcard to my jacks now. Checks over to me. I decide to check it back, kind of pot control, try to go to showdown. But the river comes the 9 of diamonds, so we do make a flush. Checks it to me. I bet small. I bet out for $100. He thinks about it. Maybe he's thinking about making a play, but ultimately he folds, and we take this down. It folds to me on the button, and the table's playing pretty tight. They're folding a lot, and I look down at jack 9 of spades. I think it's decent enough to open, so I open up to $15. Small blind and the big blind calls, so we are 3 ways to a flop of 5, 6, 7 all spades. So we flop the flush with the redraw to a straight flush if an 8 of spades comes. So I mean, all in all, very good. Small blind now leads out for $10. Just donks out, and then the big blind now raises to $35. This is way too much action. I mean, I do have a flush. If I maybe had the nut flush, I could have just called it to trap, but a jack high flush isn't really that strong, especially with a donk and a raise now. So I decided to re-raise to 125. Small blind folds. Big blind thinks there's something going on, but he ultimately calls, and the turn comes the 3 of spades, which is honestly the worst card that I could have seen there. Checks it to me, and I decided to just check back to pot control. Very bad turn for me. River comes the 8 of clubs. Checks to me, and I check it through again, and he says he has 2 pair. We do take it down with the flush, but kind of get unlucky with the run out there. What a good way to start, though. Maybe it is going to be an easy session today.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
This hand was a doozy. Under the gun opens to $15. Middle position 3 bets to $55. Hijack 4 bets to $185. And I'm in the big blind, and I look down at pocket jacks. Oh man, I don't really know what to do here. This is so good. Do I 5-bet with pocket jacks? Ooh, seems kind of dicey. Do I fold? That also seems wrong. I think maybe a 5-bet would have been better, just because the table is overfolding very tight. But in the moment, didn't really want to 5-bet and blow out this pot. So I call. Under the gun folds, middle position calls, so we are 3 ways to a flop of 6, 7, 9 2 hearts. I check it over, and the middle position now just jams his whole stack in, which wasn't that much more. He only had 425 behind, so he jams 425. Hijack tanks a bit, but he folds, and now it comes to me. Over paired to that board, it is kind of a dynamic wet board, but What is this guy 3-betting and then overcalling the 4-bet with? He just had a heart draw. Maybe he has ace king hearts. Man, it's a tough spot, but ultimately I had to call. Like I have too much of a hand. We run it once. I don't want to see a heart here at all or any overcards. The turn comes the 10 of diamonds. Oh, it seems pretty safe. The river comes a 3 of diamonds. So I'm like, okay, well that seems kind of safe. A lot of things brick, no overcards. And then he shows me ace 8 of clubs and he has a straight. He just has a straight. He just jammed all in with an open ender on the flop. No flush draw, no nothing. Ace 8 of clubs. And he hits the straight on the turn and that's that. This is just a cooler, I guess. What a run out. Alright, ready for this one? I'm under the gun and I look down at pocket 4s and I'm a little steamed up. I'm gonna play some hands, so I open up to $15. The low jack, who was the same opponent that had the ace 8 of clubs and drilled a straight against my jacks, he 3-bets at 55, folds to me, and I'm ready to battle with this guy. So I call and it heads up to a flop. The flop comes 5-4-3 rainbow. Oh my god, bink. Here we go. We're gonna stack him here. I check it to him in flow. He 3-bets for $60 and it's rainbow, it's low. It doesn't really hit his 3-bet range. So I don't think a check raise is necessary. I'm putting on ace king, maybe aces, maybe kings, queens. And in this low rainbow flop, I think a check raise might look too strong and he might fold those hands. So I just had to call to trap. Turn comes the ace of clubs, which is a good card. I feel like he would bet out this card. I guess aces would just wreck me here, but I don't think he has aces. I check it over to him, expecting him to just bet something and I could check raise, but he checks back. And the river comes a deuce of diamonds. So there's a straight on the board. There's a wheel. Ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5, and I play the board now. I can't even lead out on the river. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I check it, he checks it, and we both play the board. And I think he showed me ace 5. He had like 2 pair. I was just like, how does he not bet that on the turn? I was gonna raise him on the turn. Oh my god, like how can I not beat this the same opponent? Like he just has my number today. Yeah, these hands are slowly building up. I'm getting frustrated little by little, but I'm gonna stay patient and try to get him back at a different spot. Maybe my luck is turning around. This hand, there's no straddle here. Under the gun +1 opens to 30, which was pretty big. I'm in the cutoff though with pocket aces. Holy shit, I thought about calling here just because the raise was so big, but nah, I can't do that. I gotta put more money in. So I 3-bet this up to 110, folds to the opener, and he calls. So we are heads up to a flop of ace king king rainbow. Oh my god, just the nuts. Anyways, he checks it over to me. This board is too good for me and I'm trapping him. So I check this back on the flop. The turn comes the 8 of hearts and my trap works. The under the gun +1 now leads out for $100 and I smooth call. The river comes a 3 of hearts and this time he checks it over to me, which kind of sucks. I decide to attack top of his range, so I decide to bet for $350, which is a big bet. I think it's an overbet. Unfortunately, he folds. I'll take that. Short-handed here again. Folds me and I look down at ace 10 offsuit in the cutoff. Decide to open this up to 15. The small blind and the big blind, both of them calls again. We go 3-ace to a flop of queen 6-3 all clubs. Checks it to me. Monotone board, not connecting any pair. I decide to check back just to pot control. Maybe my ace high is good. Turn comes the 10 of diamonds though. So now we make a pair. Small blind leads out for $25. The big blinds get us out the way and I call. River comes the ace of hearts. So we make 2 pair now. He decides to bet out for $90 and I don't think I have any other thing to do but call. So I call. Before I could even show my hand, he just shows and he shows me king jack offsuit. So he just has a straight. And this is the same guy that beat my jacks with ace 8, lucked out and sucked out on me to play the board to chop with the straight when I had the set. So I just can't beat this guy. This guy just has my number. He just runner straights me and gets max value. Man, that's just unlucky. I just can't get any momentum going here. Okay, well, let's just forget that hand. Let's move on. Under the gun limps in. The low jack opens to 30, and I look down at ace queen of hearts in the cutoff. I 3-bet to $110, and only the low jack calls. So we are heads up to a flop of ace 7-4 2 spades. Low jack now donks out for $125. Thought this was kind of weird. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do. He did this earlier in the session as well. I just didn't include it because it was a smaller pot. So I do call to reassess what he does on the turn. The turn comes to 8 of diamonds, and now he just checks it. I'm not gonna check behind. I'm not gonna give him a free card. I feel like I have the best hand here, so I bet out for $250 and he folds. I probably could have gotten more value if I checked raise the flop, I guess, but I think he would have still folded anyways, so no, it's fine. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, maybe my luck is turning around. It folds to the button here. He opens it up to $20 and I look down at king 10 of diamonds in the small blind. I could 3-bet this here, but this particular player in the button, he's capable of making some plays, so I decide to call and the big blind calls, so we are 3-ways to a flop. The flop comes down 10-8-8 rainbow with 1 diamond. We check it over to the button, who c-bets for 25. I call, the big blind calls, so we're still 3 ways. The turn comes the 3 of hearts, still a safe card, checks it over to the button, and he checks back, so it checks through. The river now comes the 9 of clubs. We check it over to the button bets up 75. I kind of insta call, the big blind gets out of the way, and the button shows ace 10 of clubs. Oh my god, he's just another one of those hands. Just can't get any momentum going. We're short-handed here, folds to me in the hijack, and I look down at 5-4 of spades. Decide to open it up to $15, and only the big blind calls, so we are heads up in position to a flop of 5-4 jack 2 hearts. So we bink 2 pair here. The big blind checks to me. I c-bet for $15, and he calls. The turn comes a 10 of clubs. Kind of not the best card, because now we lose to jack 10. He checks it again. I'm not going to slow down here. 2 pairs still really strong. There's a lot of draws that could call this, so I bet for $35, and he calls. The river comes the 10 of diamonds, though, the worst card. It counterfeits my hand now. Like, I only have 10s and 5s. Any jack is beating me, so when he checks it over to me, I'm not gonna really bluff it. I don't think a jack is folding here unless I go ridiculous amount, which is not the risk I want to take. So I check it back, and then I tell him I got counterfeited. If you have a jack, you win, and he shows me a jack, and we do get counterfeited, and we do lose. So we're right back to just getting cold-hearted, coolered by the deck. I mean, I guess we're losing the minimum. I can't complain too much. We're still up money, I guess, so it's not the worst, but it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Okay, maybe a different spade hand will help me here. Folds to me in the hijack, and I look down at 8-7 of spades, and I decide to open to $15. This table has been very, very tight and very, very passive, so 8-7 of spades is actually a really good hand, especially when it folds to in late position. So the small blind, the big blind calls. We are 3 ways to a flop of 9-8-3 rainbow. Checks to me, middle pair, kind of connected. We have a backdoor straight draw too. It's not a bad flop. So I c-bet for $20. Both the small blind and the big blind calls. So we go to the turn of a 4 of clubs. Checks to me again. It's pretty much a brick in my opinion here. So I'm gonna charge the draw still. So I keep betting for $65. And surprisingly, they both call. So maybe one of them has a straight draw, one of them has a flush draw. Hopefully the river comes good. The river comes the 8 of hearts. So now we make trips and everything breaks out, which is great for me. They check it over to me, and I decide to size big. Maybe like a 9, a sticky 9 might call, maybe an overpair might call, so I bet for $325. The small blind thinks about it, asks me how much that was, but ultimately he folds and the big blind instamucks. So we don't get the maximum value here, but we take this pot down. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, last hand. Just how we started, a very easy hand. We're gonna end it with an easy hand. Straddle for $10. The low jack limps in. I look down at ace queen offsuit in the small blind, and I open it up to $60. Only the straddler calls. It is heads up to a flop of king jack 2 clubs. Pretty good for my range, but not really good for my hand. I mean, I guess we have a straight draw with 1 over, but it hits my range pretty good, so I c-bet small for 30, making it look like maybe I have a king that I want to get value from. He calls. The turn comes a 6 of spades, kind of a brick. I bet bigger now for 130, and he quickly folds. Yeah, that's it. That's the session. I'm proud that we didn't get tilted and just bluff off a bunch of money unnecessarily just because the deck wasn't cooperating. So yeah, I think all in all, pretty good session. I think we played well. Alright guys, that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed that video, please click that thumbs up button. If you guys want to follow along with me in my journey, then click that subscribe button. Yeah, if you guys have anything to say, anything to tell me, just put it in the comments. I'll read them all. Today's session was okay. We made money. We made like 600 something bucks, so I guess it's a positive, but we weaved and dodged some bullets. We navigated that session so that we could make that win. Got some good hands, got some good cards, and some suckouts, and got cooler in some spots. But we lost the minimum and we won the maximum, I guess. So all in all, not a bad session. We lost like 500 in the last session, and then we won like 600 something in this session. So we're like net up 100 something bucks this week. So I guess it's a positive week, which is not bad. So as of now, we're slowly chipping away. We're slowly chipping away at the 50K. So I think my poker play is getting better. You know, week by week, day by day, it's slowly starting to plug up some of the leaks and clean up some of the spots. So I'm happy. It's all a learning experience, and making mistakes and learning from them is in my opinion, the best way to teach yourself. I guess you can get a coach, but I'm broke. I don't have money to hire a coach. Right now, I mean, we're only playing 2-5. It should be easy enough for me to figure out how to do it. I see you guys commenting that, you know, I made mistakes here and there. I know, I see that too. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. It's just about analyzing those mistakes, and then when that spot comes out again, not making the same mistakes. We're on the right path. Everything good takes time for it to build. So yeah, we're only a couple months into this journey, so don't freak out, guys. We'll get there. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.